YouTube. And William here with Moto Grandpa, and I know it's been a minute, a couple of weeks, about 3 weeks since I posted anything. And it's not like I haven't been trying. I've actually collected some footage. I went to San Francisco as a new rider, right? I've got like a year of riding experience. I was curious what it would be like to ride on the hills, right? To start from a deep, steep incline, or to come down steep declines or whatever, right? And so did that right here, and got to see the Golden Gate Bridge, and got to go to Crissy Field, got to see the ocean, right? I did the ups and the downs of the hills, got to see some really cool stuff, but I was in such a hurry coming through there, and I was so apprehensive going there that I didn't do a lot of sightseeing. I just really was just in and out of San Francisco, right? I came in on the Golden Gate Bridge, went through town, did the hills, did all that stuff, right? You know, and then hit the Bay Bridge and came back. And part of it was to beat the heat here in California, right? It was like 106 that day, so it was like 71 or something like that in Frisco. But I was really on kind of like a tight time frame, and I didn't get to do any sightseeing, right? I wanted to I wanted to go by this bagel place, and I wanted to go to the ocean, and I wanted to go get the picture of the bike in front of Ben & Jerry's on Haight and Ashbury, and I didn't do any of that stuff, right? So I was going to wait until I got some more footage before I did any videos, before I edited it and put anything else together. So then I started working on some stuff that I wish I would have known about my DRZ 400 before I purchased it. I came up with a nice little, 5 things that, had I known about or like paid attention to before I picked up the DRZ, it might have been different. I may have gotten another bike, because the DRZ, as much as I enjoy the bike, it has its limitations. And here in California, the elevation change is astronomical. Where I live at is like 27 feet above sea level, and where I like to ride at is like 6,000 feet above sea level, and it's 40 minutes away, So, I was putting that together, and while I was putting that together, I started really thinking about what kind of bike would be like my dream bike, What bike would be my go-to do-it-all bike, If I had it all to do over again, what would I do, Which bike would I pick up, And so I was giving it some thought, right, playing it around in my head, and on YouTube looking at some stuff, and then well, I was going through some bikes, like the KTM, but it has some reliability issues with the electronics, and then the KLR 650, right? But it seems like you have to just tear the guts apart in that thing immediately when you buy it, right? Then you got to do the doohickey, you got to do the thermal bob. These are, I didn't feel like buying another bike. I mean, with the DRZ, I had to replace the case my first week of owning it, so I didn't want to go through any of that again, right? And the KLR 650 fuel injected now, so that was a plus, right? And it was cheap, right? So I was really playing around in my head about which bike I would, if I had to do it all over again, which bike would I buy? And well, I bought something. And so in this video, I'm going to introduce you to my new love, and I'm going to tell you why I bought this bike. There's no first rides to it. I've been riding it. I'm almost at my 600-mile service on it. No video of it because it's really boring, right? Stop and go, no heavy, no romping on the throttle, no any of that stuff, right? But tomorrow I'm going to take this bike to Yosemite. I'm going to do a video on it. This will be my first good ride on this bike. It'll knock out my 600 miles for my first service, right, which is scheduled for the 19th of next month, because next Friday through the 14th I'm gone on the Heritage, riding my little happy butt to Sturgis. I'm going to do some scenic stuff. I'm going to go by the Glacier National Park and whatever, but all that is for another video. But Sunday I will be getting all my stuff together for the ride to Sturgis. I'm going to do a video on that. And then when I leave for Sturgis, I'll do videos of each day, when I go to Glacier Park, when I hit Yellowstone. But I won't be able to do any editing or anything like that until I get back to put anything out here for you guys. But I can always introduce you to my new bike. So without further ado, let's go put some eyes on this girl. So as you can see, I went with the Triumph Tiger 900 Rally Pro, and I did a lot of research on these bikes, not just that bike, but on a lot of different bikes. So like the KTM 890, man, I wish that bike was more reliable, because I like the idea of having the weighted fuel tanks down low. It's a really aggressive off-road bike. It's not super heavy. I like the color scheme, right? And it just seems, you know, everybody wants to be Chris Birch, right? But it's just got some really, like, I watched a lot of videos of people that were being left behind or getting stuck out places because their bike wouldn't start, the key fob wasn't working, a lot of problems with the electronics, right? And then, but it does have some stuff that I really liked, you know. I like being able to adjust the slip on the fly, right? Like the bike I have now, I can't do that on the Tiger. But it does come with a lot of programmable rider modes, rain, all that stuff. I haven't got the tires. I'm going to put some Anki Adventure Wildlings on there. They look kind of semi-aggressive, the radial tires or whatever, so I'm going to give that a shot. But I went with it. I like the color scheme. The bike is really comfortable. I got the side panniers, the racks. I'm still waiting on the upper end fuel tank guards to come in, and then I have to relocate the fog lights. But I went with that bike because the DRZ was just really like limited. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to get rid of the DRZ. I love it for what it is, you know. But it does have its limitations. The last time, I don't know if you've seen it, but on the video where I'm up in Bear River Reservoir in the El Dorado National Forest to go camping, I dropped the bike, and at that time I ripped the connector of my Nelson Riggs bag, right? And one of the guys in the comments suggested that I get a hold of Nelson Riggs about the warranty or whatever, and I did that, and that was great advice. They shipped me another bag, so which is nice. It fits on that bike really well. It fits on the DRZ really good. I haven't dropped it to see how this new bag goes or whatever, but I thought it was really nice of Nelson Riggs to just, you know, send me another one. And I'll do a video on this bag and how I really just carry my drone and some extra batteries in it. But I got the pannier racks and all that because I was thinking what I really want to do with a motorcycle. You know, I'm into like moto camping and touring. I do want to get to some out of the way places like the Mojave Desert. It's got a lot of dirt roads or whatever, right? But the DRZ, even if it was carbureted and like had like supermoto tires on it, I wouldn't want to ride that from Sacramento down to the Mojave Desert or to Utah or to Arizona for that matter. So I needed a bike that was off-road capable that would do that ride. I mean, I'm taking the Harley to Sturgis. Definitely that bike could do it, but when the asphalt stops, that bike is no longer going to go. I'm not going to take it out there, you know. So that left me with having to pick up a new bike, and I really did weigh out all the options. You know, I could have gone with a cheaper bike. This bike's kind of expensive. It has all the bells and whistles or whatever. Heated seat, heated passenger seat, which I'll probably, you know, I can't imagine my old lady getting on the bike with me. She's got her own. But I think that at the end of the day, I'm going to be really happy with this bike. It handles really well. It just twisties really nice. I haven't done any off-road stuff because I'm still waiting on the protection to come in. but I'm sure it's going to handle well, you know. It does have traction control, and the traction control is pretty evasive. I had to change the mapping around on my off-road, on my road ride. I had to put sport mode mapping in it so that it's a little bit more responsive. But the traction control is pretty, you know, it's working when it's working. You know, I hit bumps if the road is rough, it's got rough, and you can feel the engine cutting in and out. But you know, we'll see how it works on the off-road, and then I can turn it all off too. You know, I can do the off-road Pro. That's why I got the Rally Pro, so I can turn everything off and just get it however it is I want to get it without the traction control. But I think for the kind of riding that I want to do, right, I want to pack the bike up, shoot down to like Mojave Desert, go look for ghost towns on some, well, it's going to be pretty sandy, but you know, or go to Zion National Park and go exploring down there and do some swimming and camping. That's the kind of riding I'm into, you know. And that's the bike I got. The DRZ will be great for around here. I'm going to do a video, you know, next couple of days of me taking it out around the canal and stuff. What it's really good for, you know. It's really good for like foothills, but like whenever I took it up to Bear River Reservoir, it was really starving for oxygen, and it was, I didn't want to stand up on it because I was afraid it was going to stall and I was going to go over the handlebars. So, but with that, that's going to be the end of this video. I will get some more footage of San Francisco and get that put together for you guys. I'm going to do the 5 things about the DRZ that I wish I had known before I actually bought the DRZ. It did what it was supposed to do. I'm a new rider. I needed a bike to get back in the saddle after I wrecked the Harley. And it did. It was a good stepping stone. And it does have its purpose. It's going to stay in my garage. I need it. I want it. I enjoy it. And anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it's no riding, but there will be Yosemite trip tomorrow, and I'm hoping to be able to edit it and get it posted tomorrow as well. Anyways, YouTube, hey, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I'm a truck driver. I don't get the chance to put them out very much. I work 6 days a week, and then I get a ride for 1. And when I work, I mean, like, I'm gone. I go to Idaho, Seattle, Arizona. I'm gone in the truck for a week. Then I come home, jump on the bike, put some content together because that's what I enjoy to do when I'm off. And then I put it together, edit it, throw it on YouTube for you guys. It's just a chance for me to relive my ride. And if there's anybody else out there that is almost 50 years old that are wondering if they could start to learn a motorcycle now at this age, this channel's for you. If you know anybody else that might like this video, or if you got anything out of it, please, man, hit the bell button. And that way the algorithm of YouTube puts it out there for other people to see it. Anyways, man, you guys stay safe.